Today we're going to be talking about the Sennheiser EW100 G3 microphone setup. Now this is a lavalier microphone setup. As you can see, I have the lavalier right here on my chest. I recorded this video already with the microphone kind of pointed down, so I wanted to give you guys a more accurate comparison. But we're going to be comparing it to the RODE NTG5 connected to the Zoom H6 recorder. But before we get into all of that, what's up, you guys? My name is Devin with CFXTV Studios TV, back with another video, and today we're going to be comparing a lavalier setup to a shotgun microphone setup. Now, the NTG5, the shotgun microphone setup that's boomed overhead about, I want to say 7 inches, 6 inches from my face, and it's connected via a C-stand to my Zoom H6 recorder. Now you might be saying, well, why do you have to record with a microphone? For some of us content creators, you don't know that with a shotgun microphone, it is what we call phantom powered, which means it needs some extra power to actually be supported and used. You can't use it without phantom power. And this microphone, the NTG5, doesn't come with a AA battery to make its own phantom power, which means I'm using the Zoom H6 to power it and hit the record button. This makes a separate track. Now, I'm recording another microphone directly in camera. That is, like I said before, the Sennheiser EW100 G3 version. Now, this lavalier microphone setup is a little bit old and long in the tooth for some people, but for some people, it might be a good option to purchase. Now, I'm comparing the two because they are radically different microphones. Now, the shotgun microphone setup, you gotta have it boomed overhead. You have to have it in the right spot, the form factor, the extra power that it needs, all that stuff, it's not easy to work with. It is not easy to work with most workflows that are vlog type workflows. Now, if you're doing a cinematic, soap opera, a TV series, or anything that has anything to do with the news or an interview setup, oh, this is perfect because everything is settled in one location, 1 to 2, maybe 3 or 4 or 5 people setting up in an interview kind of style setup, maybe a podcast style vlog or whatever, or podcast style video. You can actually use the shotgun microphone because it probably won't move too much. Also, the shotgun microphone is what we call cardioid patterned, or it has a cardioid pickup pattern, which means it rejects off-axis noises and it really focuses in on the front end of the capsule where most of the voice would be. Now that means if there's somebody around you or you need the audience sound around you, it's gonna reject that noise. So you won't hear it as much as you will hear the noise in front of the microphone. Now this could be good or bad depending on what you're trying to do. Also, with the Sennheiser G3 wireless setup, it has a microphone attached to it. So the microphone is different from the transmitter and the receiver that you would put into your camera. This microphone today is the Sennheiser ME4. The ME4 microphone is a microphone that's also cardioid polar patterned, which means it just picks up what's in front of you and tries to reject the off-axis noises. This is good for isolating the person in front of you. If you're in an interview setup where you're in like a convention center or something like that, and you really need to hear the person and not hear everybody else, it's really, really hard to control sound waves. But if your microphone can reject the ones you don't want and keep the ones you do, it makes it a very, very valuable microphone. But not all microphones need to do that. And sometimes you need to catch surround sounds. You need to catch audience members. You need to catch a wide pattern of sound. You need to catch sound from behind and in front of you. Well, these are not those microphones. These are both cardioid microphones, but in different setup situations. Like I said, the Sennheiser G3 situation is a lavalier situation. Good for news and things like that when you want to hide the microphone. Keep it nice and concise out of frame so the attention will be on the actual presenter. Or you could use a shotgun microphone. It kind of does the same thing, but like I said, to set it up, it takes a little bit more, and it's probably going to be a little bit more pricey depending on how you purchase it. Now let's get into money. While we're comparing these microphones and how they sound, we got to understand, are these the microphones for us? Is this the setup for us? Because this RODE NTG5 shotgun microphone, it's like $499. Along with this older Zoom H5, that's somewhere around, I would say, 200 used, depending on where you find it. The same thing with the NTG5, you might be able to find that microphone. But one thing about microphones that people don't talk about a lot is that microphones don't really lose their value. Now, if they're not sounding good straight out of the box, they're not sounding good out of the box. They probably won't hold value, but for most microphones, if they're worth having, they pretty much sound somewhat decent. Now, not every voice is the same, but they don't lose their value because the actual makeup of most microphones, they don't really change. Like the Sennheiser MKH416 microphone. This microphone has been strong since the 70s. Why? Because people love how it sounds, and the technology for microphones has never changed. Thus, the value of the microphones have never changed. You probably can still find those on the market for about $1,000, maybe somewhere around $600 to $1,000, because the technology is slightly different nowadays, but most of it's still the same. So what are your thoughts? Put your thoughts in the comments below. Do you like the sound of the Sennheiser G3 100 or EW100 G3 microphone setup with the ME4 capsule here for the lavalier? Or do you like the NTG5 and you'd rather go through the extra work for the NTG5 to be phantom powered and connected to another recorder? Now, mind you, since technology has changed, the recorders are actually cheaper that supply phantom power. Like you could get an H4 Studio, you can get a Zoom F3 if you're just recording it just for recording its sake. You can get a wireless setup to connect to your NTG5 directly into your mirrorless camera, pretty much any camera on the market now, because technology has gotten so fluid between devices. You can connect pretty much anything and have time code and all these other things, which are more advanced audio features. So those are things to think about. Do you want those things? Do you need those things? Do you need that newer technology, or can you rock with the older technology of the Sennheiser EW100 G3s, which you can find a lot cheaper? You have wireless audio, you can connect it directly in camera, you don't have to sync anything, but you also have to worry about the fact that if these frequencies get messed up, getting jammed in frequencies with phones and all this other stuff in congested areas, you might not be able to catch it fast enough because it does not automatically switch to a less congested channel, which means all the audio going directly into your camera might get damaged. And if you're not monitoring it, or if you're not using headphones into your camera to hear what this old microphone setup is doing, you could have damaged audio that you can't get replaced because you are pretty much bypassing all the audio that comes straight into your camera microphone because you plugged something into your camera, which cuts off the microphone essentially. So you won't have the audio from the microphone as a backup. But if you're using the NTG5 and you're recording it separate, like I am in this situation, and not, porting it directly in your camera through another recording device, then you'll have that audio coming straight out of the camera, and you'll have a backup just in case something goes wrong. And if you're doing weddings and all these other things where you're miking up the bride and the groom and the pastor and all this other stuff, you really want to know that your audio is there, because you'll be working a 10-hour day. Last thing you want to know is that something went wrong with the audio because you're in a congested environment with a whole bunch of cell phones and a whole bunch of people, and maybe you're in a big city where there's a lot of different stuff clogging that 2.4 gigahertz. It's a lot. And unlike the newer technology, this one doesn't automatically save you. So that's something to think about. It is robust. It's built like a tank, this Sennheiser G3. It's really nice, but having maybe even somebody else to do the audio for you, watching the levels, making sure you don't clip, making sure that all these things are right, might be the way to go, even though it costs more, it takes more time, and, it might be worth it. All right, put your thoughts in the comments below and stay tuned for the next video.